Good Wednesday morning. It is Travis from Build with Travis. Hello. I am trying out something new today. It's an experiment. I'm going to build something in live stream. We'll see how it goes. I mean, it's not going to hurt, right? So if you tune in or you watch this later when it's not live anymore, thanks for watching and thanks for building with me. It's going to take me just a second to get some things adjusted, so give me a minute. All right, I think we are ready to go. I have got a tray here with me, and I've got some lights going in here, so hopefully those won't be too much of a distraction, because I want you to be able to see it. I want you to be able to see me building stuff. But I bought one of these trays a while back. I've actually got 3 of them from Dollar Tree. I love Dollar Tree. I know it's not $1 anymore. It's a $1.25 tree, but they're perfect for putting all your pieces on. So today, live, I'm going to build Miss Castillo's turtle van from the Dreamzzz show. My girls and I are just now starting to get into season 1 and watching it. We've met Miss Castillo in the show so far in the episodes we've watched, but we have not seen her in the dream world yet with a turtle van that also sells burritos, I believe. So we're gonna see how this goes. Let's build some Lego this morning. Do a little readjust in here so I can actually sit down. Yeah, I do not want to stand and build Lego. That would not be fun at my age. You may laugh, but 40's tough, man. 40's a tough age. I can feel myself getting old, and I definitely don't want to stand while I build Lego. All right, we got a nice sticker sheet here. I love this like Stegosaurus taco. That's like amazing. Pretty awesome. Some really cool stickers on there. We are ready to go. I have got a... So, there it is. Let's get into bag number 1. As a Ninja Turtles fan growing up, I never thought that I'd be building a turtle van that was not related to ninjas that are teenagers that have been mutated. But here I am. I'm building a turtle van, and there are no ninjas attached to this turtle van. There are no ninjas that are going to be in the turtle van. So, you know, it is what it is. I really wish that Lego would have done more with the Ninja Turtle license. I know we got some really cool Lego sets for the Ninja Turtles back from the 2012 series. I wish they would have given us a few sets based on the old cartoon, the one I grew up with, and maybe some of you grew up with. All right. First thing we're building, Miss Castillo. There she is in all of her radiant glory. I actually already have a Miss Castillo figure. I bought the pieces off of the Pick-a-Brick section of the Lego website. They have some of the Dream stuff on there. And so, but I'm excited to have a second Miss Castillo. She's a really cool looking character, a cool looking minifigure, and will work really good for Dungeons and Dragons. If you watch my channel, you know that my 2 daughters and I, when we play Dungeons and Dragons, we use Lego minifigures. And so She could be a really cool minifigure, maybe a dwarf or a gnome or something. Or maybe she's just Miss Castillo who runs a Mexican food truck. I don't know. Whatever you got going on in your tabletop game. Maybe there are taco trucks in your tabletop game. What am I looking for here? All right. I was looking for that. I always like to make sure I get these little, I call them lightsaber pieces. There's probably a better name for them. But they were originally the lightsabers that came with Star Wars figures back in the day. And now they're used for all different kinds of things. And I always like to try, and let me get my words right here on Wednesday morning. I always like to try to get them put on in the way the instructions say. I like to follow the instructions. I know some people don't, but I do. I like to follow them to the T because that's my type A personality. There's Miss Castillo. Looking pretty cool there. She's got a dual-sided head. She can be excited or she can be just, normally happy. There's normally happy and then there's excited, I guess. Put Miss Castillo right there and let's start building us a bus. Now this is, as you can see in this set, as with all the Dream sets, you can build them in multiple ways. And so you can have just her taco truck for when she's not in the dream world. You can have a flying turtle van, or you can just have the turtle van that walks on the ground. I think what I'm going to do with this is put it in my Lego City. I have a Lego City I've been working on for many years. Unfortunately, in the last year and a half, I haven't had much time to work on it, and it has not been worked on too much at all because I've had so many things going on. But I think I want to put this one in there. The van would be cool because I want to do like a food truck area, like a park with a food truck area maybe. And I haven't built any of my food trucks yet. I got several of them that I'm going to build, but I haven't done that yet. And so maybe eventually I turn it into this van and I put it there. But I kind of like the idea of Miss Castillo just walking through my Lego City in a van that looks like a big turtle. Hey, good morning. It looks like we've got a couple people that have tuned in for live building this morning. I'm just trying something new. It's just an experiment. I've never really done much with the live videos on YouTube. And so I decided, you know what? I've been wanting to build this set. I got it on clearance at Walmart. And I'm going to do it live stream. And we'll just chit chat as we go. And if you have a question or you want to comment on something, let me know. I was just saying that I will probably put this van in my Lego City. I've got two Miss Castillo, so she can drive the van in my Lego City, and then I can use another one for the Dungeons & Dragons miniature maybe. If you watch my channel, you know that my girls and I, we do Dungeons & Dragons, and we use Lego for our miniatures. And, it probably doesn't save any money. I'm sure those Dungeons & Dragons those Dungeons & Dragons miniatures are fairly expensive to buy, but then you also have to paint them. At least the Lego you don't have to paint. And you can, play with them and build stuff out of them too. So yeah, I feel like it's a win-win, really. Oh, there goes my light. Just ignore that. I'm in a room where the lights are motion censored, so if I don't move around enough, they turn off. So it looks like once you build the van, maybe you can just add the turtle stuff to it. So doesn't look like it's hard to transform. If later I want to just have a taco truck instead of a turtle van. my wife is a photographer, a really good photographer, you know, but I'm kind of partial. And she has what I use here, what you see in my videos, her lights and her backdrop. She has all these things for photography. And she actually helps out with a ministry at church where she takes photos of people that worship here with us, and she puts those pictures in our virtual online directory. And so I will get up here, I will get up here like today early before I go into work, and I'll make some videos, or I'll stay later, or if I get some free time during my week, I'll come back here and I can use this stuff she's got set up back here. It works out really, really well because it's got all the lighting I need. One thing about making videos is you need good lighting. I have also found though that you can have too much lighting. There have been some videos I've made and I'm like, man, I've really just bleached myself out here. Like I know I need a tan and I need to be outside more. I'm kind of pale and crusty, but that really makes me look like a vampire. Even on the Lego pieces themselves, sometimes they get flushed out with the light, and so you got to be careful. And so I've learned a few things from my wife here and there. She's taught me a few things about photography, and like I said, she's amazing. But she's also taught me some things about making videos with the lighting, because you gotta be careful. You don't want too much lighting, you don't want too little lighting. And then also, if sometimes when I work from home and I'm not using lighting, I have to be careful with the time of day, because if you use natural lighting from outside, then you lose that lighting over time. You know, the lighting changes outside, and so if you're sitting by a window and you're using that natural lighting, the lighting outside changes during the day. And so if you're working on something and then you stop and you come back to it and you're working on it later, the lighting is going to be different. So, you know, you got to be fast, not necessarily fast, but you got to keep rolling if you're going to film something and build something with that natural lighting from outside. I see, I'm trying to watch myself as I build this, and it looks like I'm shaking my camera pretty bad. I'm sorry, I hope I don't make anyone seasick. That's another thing with my wife. She's easily gets motion sickness, so hopefully I'm not treating some of you watching like you're on a roller coaster and you're going to, you know, puke later because I'm making you motion sick. I'll try to bump the table less. That's hard to do when you're building, and no matter how tight I make my little arm here that my is holding my camera, it's going to be a little shaky. It's going to be a little shaky, like eating a burrito on the bus. You might lose a little bit of your burrito along the way. I have been really impressed with these Dreamzzz sets. And like I said, my girls and I have not until recently started watching it. I know it's in its second season, and we're trying to get through the first season so we can start watching the second season as they come out on a regular basis. And I've enjoyed the show. The show's fine. It's your usual Lego sense of humor and Lego type of show. But I've been really even more impressed with the sets that they've come out with. This idea of dreams and dream crafting and being able to take things from the real world, like a van, like a food truck, and turn it into something else in the dream world by dream crafting. It is a really cool concept in the show, but it's also really cool for Lego sets. I love that they're bringing out these Lego sets. They're like the 3-in-1 sets. I mean, you can build basically 3 different things, but they also encourage you, like, build things that aren't in the instructions. Build something new, build something unexpected, and that's really what that dream show and the dream crafting is all about. Build something that will help you in the situation that you're in, or help you with what you're having to deal with in that moment. And not only is it a cool concept that I want to, you know, that and I would hope other people want to teach their kids by watching the show, is that you've got to be flexible and you got to think on your feet and you got to be creative, and that's how you get a, you know, a leg up in the world, and that's how you do great things, is being creative and adapting to your environment and your situation. That's, the show really teaches that. But I love that it translates so well, and it translates perfectly into Lego sets, because you are buying a Lego set that not only can you buy, you know, you can build three different things, but you're also saying, hey, this is the dream world. Modify this, build something different. You know, if you watch Lego Masters or all these people on YouTube, a lot of these men and women are really creative. And that's why people tune in, and that's why people watch them, because they're creative and they do interesting things and neat things. And this Dreamzzz theme just really emphasizes that, I think, more than any theme ever. I've been around for a lot of different Lego themes. I was born in '83, and so, man, I played with the original Pirates and the original, you know, I had the original old the city hospital, and some of the beach stuff, and I had the Western stuff and space stuff, and I've seen a lot of themes like Chima and Ninjago, and all these different themes that have come out, and while all of them have been good, Exonites have been good in different ways, and had some really cool concepts, I don't think any of them really played into the fact that you could build anything with Lego like this one does. Like, build anything. The Lego movie sets kind of did that, because that was a big theme in the Lego movie. The master builders, they would take Lego pieces and build what they needed, and build things to help them along their journey. And so I think that was a thrust in the right direction for Lego themes. Like, let's help kids be creative with this. And I just love, they've really hit it out of the park, hit a home run with this, because it really emphasizes, and I love it. It really emphasizes the idea that you can build anything with Lego. Build something new and unexpected. Build something different, something crazy, something fun, something you wouldn't expect, like a taco truck that turns into a turtle. Or I haven't gotten far enough in the show either to see what this little cactus cat guy is, but hey, a cactus that's also a cat. And so you can see it here in the instruction manual, the dream crafting, and that idea of building something new and making something out of something else. And I love that they kind of give you this little comic in the Dreamzzz instruction manuals. All right, bag number 2. We got a few leftover pieces and parts. Oh yeah, okay, so that was on your staff. I always enjoy seeing what's left over and seeing what extra parts we have. Looks like we're going to get Mateo in the second bag. One of the main characters of the show, and looks like Z-Blob is in this bag too. I mean, who doesn't like a cute little blob? All right, let's see here. Let's get Mateo built first. Not only do they tell you in the instructions to build the minifigures first, but I mean, they're some of the most fun and exciting parts of a Lego set, right? So why wouldn't you want to build them first? Oh, it looks like Mateo has a backpack on. Here, got him a red backpack. He's got printing on both sides of him, and the legs look great. He's got the two colored with the legs with the boots. He's got a dual-sided face. So you got happy. Ooh, let's see if I can. There we go. He's happy, and then he's kind of smirking. Let's make a happy Mateo. I mean, he's hanging out with Miss Castillo, so why wouldn't he be happy, right? I love this new hair piece they gave for him. I hope we see this more in different sets. It's a really cool hairpiece. They've made Lego has brought out some really cool hair pieces in the last few years as they've tried to diversify their minifigures and give them different types of hair. It's great. I love it. I love more pieces, and I think that is great on Lego's part. Got a unicorn horn here, or a drill. All right, there's Mateo. Dun 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 dun. All right, so we'll lay those guys right there. All right, bet you what you want to bet. Z-Blob, next page. I did have one of these little Z-Blob guys already because I managed to find one of the poly bags at my Walmart that came with the Z-Blob and the little Bunchu Bunny and a little Grim Spawn. So there's Z-Blob, and you get some more comic. I don't know who does the art for these, but I really like the art style. All right, let's get cracking on bag number 2 here. Only 20 minutes in. I don't think it took me, I'd probably say it probably took me about 15 minutes to get through that first bag. Maybe. I probably could have gone faster if I wasn't running my mouth so much. But like I said, this is an experiment. I've never really done a live stream outside of maybe like a few seconds. And so I kind of feel like I'm an old style QVC salesperson, and I have this feeling and urge to just continue talking, even though I'm not talking about anything in particular, just because I feel like I'm supposed to, because people are watching me. And for those of you watching, thanks. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being with me. One of my goals this year, personally, for my YouTube channel was to try to get to 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours in watch time. And I actually hit, not long ago, 500 subscribers, and that was really, really exciting. Not long ago, part of the reason I gave away a Harry Potter Lego or Harry Potter poly bag not too long ago was because I hit 500 subscribers, so I was really excited about that. And I'm hoping to achieve the 3,000 hours before the end of the year. We'll see. I was kind of thinking as I experiment with this live stream, maybe my live stream would help me get some good hours in. I figure if you get enough people watching, those hours will start to rack up. But, you know, I'm just excited to be on YouTube, really, and excited that there are some other Lego fans out there that share my enthusiasm and my love for Lego. And so I'm just excited to be here, whether I get to 3,000 hours or not, or if I don't get any more subscribers. I'm just excited to be out in the world, sharing my hobby, sharing what I like, and hearing back from you. I love hearing back from people who are watching. There have been some fun, short, I guess comment in the comment section on YouTube. They're often short conversations, but I've had some fun short conversations with individuals about, you know, Lego they love, or giving me tips about different things, or encouraging me, or thanking me. I've got to get over to the Opry Mills Mall. I live about 45 minutes from Nashville, and so I got to get over to Opry Mills Mall and check out the new Build a Minifigures selection. Supposedly, according to the net, July 1st was supposed to be the release date for a lot of new pieces, and one of the pieces that are supposed to be in the Build a Minifigures section are golden retrievers. While I have a golden retriever or two, I'd love to have one or two more. One thing I try to do as I collect Lego animals is I try to get 2 of every kind, because one day, one of my bucket lists, one of my goals, I've started collecting some pieces for this, is I want to build a Noah's Ark, and I want 2 of every animal, and so I've been collecting 2 of every animal. I've started collecting brown pieces to build an ark, but 2, I've measured out to scale how long the ark would be, and I don't have the figures here in front of me, but I think it'd be about 14 feet long. I don't know that I'm going to do my ark to scale per se. 14 feet long it's really long, and so I think I'll I'll probably scale it down a little bit so it won't quite be to scale, but I still think it'll be a really neat build. I've not asked my leadership at where I worship at if I can build a Lego ark at the church building, but I think I'd like to. I think it'd be fun at a church building to have a table set out and like you put Noah's family on it and you start with a bunch of trees, and the next week, every week when people come to worship, it's a little bit different. You change it up every week, and so you start with a bunch of trees, and slowly you watch as the trees get chopped down. You watch as some of the animals start to show up, and you change it every week, and eventually you get to the point where Noah and his family are building an ark, and we're gonna build this ark, and we're gonna change it a little every week, and eventually, maybe over the, I guess it could go as long or as short as you wanted it, but maybe what I have in mind, what I think would be cool would be over the course of a year, this ark gets built and it changes a little bit every week. I think kids and even adults, I would get excited about going to see, well, where's the ark at this week? Where are we at? Where's Noah's family at this week on building the ark? And just going and seeing how it's changed each week, I think would be really cool. Some people may disagree with me, and that's okay. Everyone is entitled to their opinions. That's just mine. So I don't know. If I do it, it may or may not be at a church building, but I think that'd be a cool thing to do in a church building and kind of make it a church thing. But I'm far off from having enough brown pieces to to actually pull that off. So, it'll be a while. But I started out that conversation by saying I think they're supposed to have golden retrievers in the build a minifigure section at the Lego store, and so I need to get by there and make a video about that. I try to make a video every month, get by there once a month and check it out. Sometimes I buy some for myself, and sometimes I just go check out what all the new stuff is, and so I need to get by and do that. I hope that's beneficial for people, especially if you have to drive a long way to your Lego store. 45 minutes is not a big deal. But if you live further away from one, I hope that helps you be able to determine, okay, I need to go now, or I don't need to go now, I need to wait, and make sure that they have the pieces I want. But it's also hard to really fully determine that, because you want to go early enough where they're still fresh and they still have all the pieces before everybody, gets all like, say, the golden retrievers. But then you also don't want to go so early that they haven't put them out yet, because I've heard from people commenting on my videos that I went to my store and they didn't have them out yet. And so not all stores put them out at the same time. Not all stores were created equal. So, it's hard to determine when to do that, but especially if you live around the Nashville area in Tennessee, at least that helps you, hopefully. Maybe it helps others too. I like to be helpful. One of my prayers on a regular basis, and if you don't know, I'm in ministry, and a spiritual aspect can be seen on my YouTube videos, and I'm working on something that will be cool, I think, that I haven't started yet. That will be a spiritual Lego thing that I'm going to put on my channel. But I'm a spiritual person, a Christian, and so one of my prayers always is that I can help people. God, give me some ways to serve today. Help me find someone, send me someone to serve, and help me not to miss those opportunities to serve. So I hope, even in a non-spiritual way, I hope my Lego videos or the pick-a-brick section of the Lego store have helped some people in some way. Maybe they have. What am I missing here? I'm missing a piece. I don't usually have full-on conversations while I'm building Lego, so it looks like I've got to do better about not missing any steps. I've gotten a few of the Dream sets now, and mostly I had picked them up for Dungeons and Dragons miniatures. Not only am I a Christian, but if you watch my channel, you know that I'm an avid Dungeons and Dragons player. I'm in a group that I'm in a group, a church group that meets once a month and plays, but I'm also playing a campaign, homebrewed campaign with my two daughters. They're 12 and 10, and we use Lego minifigures for our miniatures, and so a lot of the dream sets have been really cool for that because they come with, weapons and the Grim Spawn and the little Z blobs could all be different things in Dungeons and Dragons, different miniatures and mobs. And so I've gotten a few of them just because they have some cool parts and pieces and I want to use them for Dungeons and Dragons. This one is really more about my city, and like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to work on my city and I need to get back into it. I had a personal goal for myself that I was going to build 2 buildings and finish my roads in my city. I'm still needing to build several roads in my city, and that's one of my goals for this year that I have not started working on, and maybe I'll get some time to do that soon. But I think I'd really like to have Miss Castillo's van in my city, and maybe I'll use Mateo and Z-Blob for Dungeons & Dragons miniatures. We had a dungeon master here for many years, and he's eventually got married and moved, and he's got two children now, and they live about 30 minutes or so down the road, and he's actually involved in a different group now down there. But he used to come and he had so many cool miniatures, like he had boxes and boxes and boxes of miniatures, and I just thought that was so cool. And some of them he would paint and some of them he wouldn't, and some of them came painted, and I always just thought that was so cool. And I got to the point where I was like, you know what, instead of me spending money on miniatures, why couldn't I use Lego? And this was back before Lego had Dungeons and Dragons, the Dungeons and Dragons license to make sets based on Dungeons and Dragons and miniatures based on Dungeons and Dragons. It was back before all that, and I was like, I could do this. And so I actually got a group of guys together, and I only DM'd once for that group, and then we started a new group, but we used Lego minifigures, and that was a lot of fun, and it stuck, and it works great for my girls, because while I am trying to teach them all the etiquette and rules of Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop games and all that type of thing, I'm also not super strict. Like I'm not super worried about movement speed and squares, and so Lego minifigures, it's all about fun with my girls. It's all about fun and telling a fun story and being entertainment for them, and so with them, I don't worry too much about the rules. And in fact, sometimes I've fudged on the rules, and I've avoided using a dice roll or something just because I want to make it fun. I want to make it cool. I want to make it fun. I want to tell a good story. And so Lego minifigures have really, and Lego builds have really worked out well for us playing Dungeons and Dragons. It may not work out well for everybody, but it works out well for us. Let me go get my light again. Motion censored light there. And so, it works well for us. It may not work well for everybody using Lego as your miniatures for Dungeons and Dragons, but even if you don't invest in miniatures, I think if you can use Lego or even toys or something, pennies, little G.I. Joe or Army Men or whatever you want to use, just having some kind of visual there, I think adds a level of fun to it. Back when I was in high school and I first got introduced to Dungeons and Dragons, we didn't have any, we were all broke teenagers, and so we didn't have any money or anything, so, we just kind of, our DM, his name was Adam, he just told a story. He was a great storyteller, he was an awesome storyteller, and still is to this day, but he just told a story. We didn't have miniatures, and we didn't have things that we would use. Sometimes he'd pull out, some pennies or quarters or coins or something, and he'd use those just to kind of show us where we were and where enemies were and stuff. But it was fun to do that. And so I think it just, even though that is fun and exciting, there's something about miniatures and having something visual you can actually see to go along with your imagination that just gives it another depth, a level of exciting depth. You don't have to have that. And in fact, most of Dungeons and Dragons is about your imagination and about how good the DM can tell a story. But I think having those visuals, it just makes it even more fun. Please, if you have those watching, if you have any questions or comments, hit me up. As you can tell, I like to talk. I'm in the people business. While this is a, kind of a small build, it's really cool. It's got a lot of details. Where did this guy go? Don't you hate that when something falls off and you're like, where did that go exactly? Wasn't in bag 3. Oh, I see where you go. Must have not connected you down hard enough. There. I tell you, one of the most frustrating things with Lego is if you get into like you're just rolling along and you're not paying attention, or if you're trying to finish quicker than you need to, and you miss a step somewhere, and then you keep going and you don't realize it, and you keep going, and then down the road you're like, oh my goodness, I have to take part of this. I gotta take off this whole section because I didn't do this one thing. Oh, that's no fun, huh? I love that it's got windshield wipers. Why wouldn't Miss Castillo's van have windshield wipers? Of course she has windshield wipers. Sometimes you have to drive in the rain, you know? Two. One thing that Lego has gotten really good at and a lot better at since I was a kid is not only details. I mean, they've gotten really good about doing more details. They're almost like Disney World level of details in the Lego sets now. But I love that they've gotten to where in vehicles and small houses and homes and different things that have stuff inside, they've started building them, constructing them in a way that you can just easily take the top off and look inside. I think that's great. I used to not have that when I was younger, and Lego has gotten really good about that. Good job, Lego. I salute you, Lego, for your amazing skills and thought process in that we want to actually be able to take off the top of our vehicles. Thank you. Thank you. You have made this longtime Lego fan proud. Well, like I said, this was an experiment today. I've never done a live stream of me building anything. So I don't really know how to measure if it was a success or not. But, at least there's some people watching. And to you that are watching, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me some positive vibes this morning. If you are a Lego builder and you hate putting on stickers as much as I do, yeah, come on, Lego, make more printed pieces. Teach you a trick. Get your Lego separators out. If you built enough Lego sets, you've probably got 100 of these. Get your Lego separator out, stick your sticker on the end, and it makes it really easy. Actually, I'm going to flip this one around. Makes it really easy to guide it onto your piece and get it straight the way you want it. That was something horrible that I hated when I was a kid. Again, type A personality. I always wanted my stickers to be straight. And on Lego, it's really hard to do that unless you have one of these nice separators. And then you can get your Lego pieces, stickers pretty straight. Or at least it helps. Is it always perfect? No, but it helps out a lot. So, you know, if you didn't know that, there's your tip. Maybe you learned something today. Like I said, I like to help people. If you already knew that, hey, you got reminded. Sometimes it's good to be reminded of things. Let's see here. Oh, I was not supposed to put that on that side. My bad. All right, there is that side. It looks like we're going to do two of these. And one of these. All right. So that goes right there. It looks like this set came with 4 bags, and so it looks like the first 3 have our the majority of our minifigures, and we'll build the main turtle van. And the rest, the 4th bag, will be some of those pieces you can add on to make it into, you can Dreamcraft with it, make it into something cool. Like I said earlier, I just love how Lego has utilized this idea of building cool things and building crazy things out of Lego and implemented into this dream show. Dreamzzz. It's a really cool concept. Wish I'd come up with it. I see all these cool things, like I could have come up with that, but I didn't, so, you know. But it is cool. Props to those who created it and thought of it. And there, looks like that is our roof. Now we just need to put some signage. And looks like the flag pieces are going to be the little kind of tent-like piece that comes off of the roof. The shading. Oh, wait, let's see here. Let's turn this one around that way. And also say if you use your Lego separator like this, it's also easy if you do get it on wrong to easily back it back up real quick and get it on there the way you want it. Of course, there's some Lego sets out there, and this one may be this way. I'm wondering if some of these little stickers right here aren't just random ones you can put wherever you want. We'll see when we get later in this set, but you know, some sets, like friend sets, I've seen a few friend sets that, and some other sets that have come with just random stickers. The Disney princess sets, especially I remember the ones that look like little books. They just come with a bunch of random stickers that you could put all over it, and so you can kind of get creative with it if you want to. I'm guessing that's what those are, but who knows? I feel like this would be the perfect set to do something like that. Like, we're not going to tell you where to put these stickers. You get to, you know, Dreamcraft to be creative and put them wherever you want. All right, and here is her sign. Tortuga's Dreamcraft Shop. So, I'm guessing that's the sign from the Dreamcraft world. Like I said, my girls and I have only watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of season 1. Now, I got a friend that was watching it, and he was like, yeah, you should check it out. Actually, he may have not said that, but he enjoyed the show. And so he, inspired me to check it out. And so we started watching it, and we've met her, and she has like a, whoa, she has a food truck, but maybe in the dream world, it's a dream craft shop. I mean, that'd make more sense, right? Not that you don't need tacos in the dream world or burritos. All right. There it is. And so now let's put it on top of our van here. Yeah, check that out. Look at that. He's looking good there. And now we just need to put our tires together. Let's get our tires on here. And then we'll have a food truck. Miss Castillo will be ready to sell food. How exciting. Let's see here. All right, let's put some wheels on this van. Every time I see the word on the box turtle van or say turtle van, I can't help but get the Ninja Turtle theme song stuck in my head. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, bag number 4. Looks like we're getting our Grim Spawn, and then we'll turn our turtle van into an actual giant turtle. Oh, look at there. There was a bag 5 hidden there too. So bags 4 and 5 have those dream crafting pieces in them. Looks like. I love these new pieces that they came out with. They've used them now. I've seen them used for like trees and plants, like bushes or things hanging from trees, and I've seen them used for like fire coming out of the back of an engine and stuff. So some really cool things. They may have been used for wings on one of the things. Some really cool pieces and parts that they are creating with this Dreamzzz theme. All right, let's get this Grim Spawn put together. And all right, now remember, I'm just getting into the show. I don't think this is Izzy. I built a set the other day that I posted a video about Izzy, and this girl has different outfit and hair. So if you know her name, you can let me know in the comments. He's got a terrible weapon, just a spike. He's got to poke you. Remember back in the day, if you're old enough, when you could poke people on Facebook? It's one of the most annoying features ever. And I always felt like obligated if someone poked me. I hated it, but I felt obligated if someone poked me, like felt like I had to poke them back. Glad that it's not around, or if it is around, no one does it anymore. All right, so there she is. Like I said, I'll have to look up her name because I'm not sure what her name is. But she's a cool minifigure. And she, too, has an hourglass. And I think these hourglasses are really cool pieces. I think when Dreamzzz first came out, when I did a pick-a-brick order on the Lego website, I actually ordered 1 or 2 of these. And now I've ended up with several of them because I bought some of the Dreamzzz sets. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I'll get any of those sets. I'm going to buy a few of those off of the pick-a-brick section. And then I end up, oh, I did buy some of those sets. All right, looks like what we got to do is take the wheels off of our turtle van here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I do not own the rights to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles song, so bear that in mind if I don't want to be sued. There it is. That's what it truly is. Okay, let's work on the top of this fan. This feels like I'm building an Ecto 1 here because I'm going to build all this stuff that goes on the top of the van. You know, Ecto 1 and Ghostbusters had all that cool equipment on the top that up until the recent movie you didn't know what any of it did, and still we don't know what some of it does, but at least they've got a drone up there now. Doesn't look like we're going to have a drone here on top of the turtle van. I guess you don't need drones in the dream world, because in the dream world you just build something to fly around. So who needs a drone? You just go fly around. It'd be cool to live in a world where you could just dream craft like they do in the show, and you just build stuff. You just build something, and then you can drive it around, or you got a best friend. Bunchy Bunny's a stuffed animal, and and Z Blob is not real until they get in the dream world. So you can like build your own friend. I am an introvert at heart, even though most of my friends think I'm an extrovert. I recharge by having some down and alone time, or just being with my family. I recharge with being with my family at home. It's different with your family than other people, but it'd be nice, you know. You can just craft your own friend in the dream world. You can make them into whatever you need them to, and then when you're tired, I guess, of hanging out, you just turn them back into whatever they were originally. You're a stuffed bunny again. I don't have to hang out with you now. But when I want to hang out with you, here you are. Yay! Makes me sound like a really great friend, doesn't it? I'm really not that bad of a friend. This has been a really fun set. I'm enjoying building this one. I really like that we're gonna have like palm trees on the top of this van. What are the purpose of the palm trees on the top of the van? I don't know, but it's cool. That's the perfect, I think, thing behind the Dreamzzz show, is that it doesn't matter if it makes sense. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just what you want to build, and you being creative, and I love that, because when you're building things as a kid, or even an adult, it doesn't matter if it makes sense. You build it and it looks cool, and you think it's cool, and you wanted to do this, and so you did it even though it doesn't make sense. And it doesn't have to make sense, and so it doesn't have to make sense. We don't have to have a reason for the palm tree being on top of this turtle bus. Maybe the turtle eats leaves from the palm tree. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just there because it looks cool, and it does look cool. A palm tree on top of a bus. No, so we got a treasure chest. Same treasure chest from since I was a kid. These treasure chests have been around a long time. These newer ones, and maybe it's because I know they've changed some of the plastics and stuff over time, they feel a little bit different than the old ones, but still the same basic design. Got some nuclear crystals in there. I don't know what that is. Like I said, we've only got through the first few episodes. I'm hoping to watch some more over this 4th of July break coming up. Hope you've got some fun plans to be with family and friends for the 4th of July. Grill out some hot dogs, shoot off some fireworks. I tell you, I mean, everything is expensive these days. Our you know, groceries, gas, everything. But one thing that I have always felt was expensive, regardless of the economy, was fireworks. I feel like they really make a killing off of those fireworks. I mean, I'm no pyrotechnic or pyro engineer or anything like that, or I don't know exactly how they make fireworks or how much effort goes into that. I just have a feeling that they make good money off of what it costs to put into a firecracker. And so every year when my family goes to get firecrackers, I'm always like, oh man, that bill is bigger than I was expecting. Let's see here. I'm loving these colors. of these turtle colors, and the blues and the greens. Oh, just like this color scheme. Oh, we're building a little cat guy. If you know his name in the comments, you can let me know. We haven't gotten far enough in the show to see the cat guy yet. Maybe we'll catch up to season 2 this week. We can do a little binge watching this extra long weekend. He's cute. I mean, he's a cactus. I guess. I don't know. I don't know if they use that creative name in the show, cactus, but he's a cactus and a cat, so he's like a cactus. If they didn't use that, I need to coin that phrase. I need to trademark it right now. I bet you they were creative enough to do that, though. Lego's pretty creative, you know. I mean, this guy looks like he's going to be partying hard. With Miss Castillo. I don't know if maybe she had a little. I remember seeing a turtle. She had a pet turtle in the show. She's only been in one episode that we've watched so far, and she was selling food at her food truck. And she had a little pet turtle, so I'm assuming that's the turtle. You know, he becomes part of the van. But and maybe did I see a little cactus like this on her dash or something? I don't remember. I'm sure there's something about him in the real world, not just in the dream world. Look at that. He's cute. He's hauling all our stuff up there. All right, what's next? You'll have to let me know in the comments what you think about this Dream show, and it's going into a second season now. What you think of the show? What you think of the sets? What sets you have? Even if you're not into the show, are there any sets that you're wanting to get, or maybe are there pieces you're looking for on Pick-a-Brick that were created for these dream sets? They've brought out some really cool pieces and some old pieces that we didn't have in like translucent, cool looking colors. And so maybe there are some things you're looking for your own builds, your own mocks, my own creation. Maybe there are some things you're looking for, and there are some sets you wanted to get, or maybe there were some pieces you were looking for on Pick-a-Brick. Let me know in the comment section. What things were you excited about? What pieces did you think were cool? What sets did you get that you wanted? Let's see. Oh, this is like a weapons rack. That's pretty cool. And it's going to hang off the side right here. So, yep. Food seller in the real world. Dream crafted weapons in the dream world. Okay. Got 2 of these. Now that's cool. It looks like it's like, I don't know if it's supposed to be a tree. It kind of looks like maybe it's her stove is, or her, maybe in the dream world she doesn't have an oven or stove in there that she's cooking stuff on. She's crafting weapons in there, so maybe she's doing some blacksmithing work. If you watched that far in the show, you can let me know in the comments. But that's really cool, hanging back there. We're in bag 5 now, and we got all these crazy pieces that I haven't used yet. This must be for alternate builds, maybe? Who knows? Who knows what we'll be doing? One thing that I've noticed that is cool before that I had never noticed, I guess that is if he's going to fly, that is probably for that. One thing that I've noticed, though, a few times in bags lately, and builds that Lego has done, is that they have had certain pieces in one bag,
and you use them later on in the instructions, and it actually has in the instructions a reference to this piece came in bag number 4 or whatever, and you need to use it now. And I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. That's new, but that's kind of cool. Some some pieces are coming in different bags now. Oh, so it looks like his legs actually come out of the wheels. He's going to be a tall turtle. Another thing that pops into my mind when I think of turtles is the newer, I guess it's not new anymore, but the newer Mary Poppins movie that came out a few Christmases ago. Oh man, that was maybe in 2019, back before COVID. And there's a song in that movie called Turning Turtle, and the world being turned upside down. Oh, gotta put our wheel on. Turning Turtle. Meryl Streep. Sing that song, I think. Alright. Now legs for the other side. This has been a really fun set to put together, and I think it just makes it even more fun having some people to talk to. No one's hit me up with any comments yet, and that's okay. I know you're there. It's nice to have someone to talk to. It's like therapy or something. It's like therapy, but the counselor never talks back. Like going to therapy with Sigmund Freud. Tell me more about that. Yeah, okay, thanks. Tell me about your mother. I see. Yeah, I think I definitely like the I mean, I love the food van was really cool, but I think it makes it even more epic. And the way I'm going to put it in my city is in this turtle van form where he's walking. And I just think that's super cool. And that'll be a good Easter egg in my city. In my opinion, one of the best things about building a Lego city or looking at someone's Lego city or seeing someone post a video about their city they're building on YouTube is to look for all the Easter eggs. Like, okay, what kind of little minifigures did you put in here? Or what kind of movie references or book references or things you've got going on in here that, wouldn't normally be in a city. That's some of the fun stuff, looking for those little hidden gems in people's Lego cities. Or if you go to a Lego convention, looking for those in builds. Like, all right, so you've built this mall or shopping center, maybe the grocery stores. I'm just trying to think of things I've seen at Lego conventions, or this Viking village. What kind of cool Easter eggs do you have in here? Like, what kind of characters are in here? Oh, look, there's Spider-Man, and there's Batman. Those are usual ones in cities, I guess. But then you also got, Lego's made Simpsons characters. They've had all these themes. Inside and Ninjago and Star Wars. Like, what kind of fun little hidden gems do you have in your city? Some little Easter eggs. Those are always fun to look for, in my opinion. All right, he's got 2 of his feet. Now let's get these other 2 feet out of the way. And then we will be done. Ow. Sometimes you don't watch it. You put 2 pieces together and they pinch you. Your skin gets stuck in the middle. Ouch. There is 1 foot. Here is foot number 2. Put that on there. like I was saying, even if you don't watch this live and you watch this later on, let me know in the comments section what your favorite dream sets are, what pieces in the dream sets you really like and really think are cool. Like I said, there have been some cool pieces like that one created for this dream theme. There's always new pieces. Anytime a new theme comes out, there's always some cool new things that Lego does and some new parts that they come up with to help that theme. I do miss some of the old themes. I wish that Lego would do like a, I don't know, they could call it the retro theme, and they could bring back some old sets, like even update them a little bit, like, you know, wave one of the retro theme is a popular set from Chima, and this popular set from the Pirates theme, and this popular set from early Ninjago or something, you know, and bring back some of these old sets, and especially some of the old minifigures that we don't get anymore, like the knights and the castle, and some of those like ogres and goblins, or even the friends like sets that were elves. You know, bring back some of those like retro sets. That'd be fun. I'd definitely buy some of those. I'm sure other people would too. Nostalgia's a big seller these days. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and complain.
He doesn't open his mouth. But look, you see in the art, he opens his mouth and he's going after the carrot. Come on, Lego. You could have made it where he opens his mouth. I'm a little disappointed. All right. That finishes him up. All the rest of these pieces are for if he's going to fly. And so if you want to make him into a turtle, flying turtle bus, look, you even change the little cactus, and he flies too. He's like a little rocket cactus cat with a backpack. And so you change up things a little bit. Looks like you got a hatch up there maybe. Oh yeah, and a periscope. And so you can, oh, and then this comes off and becomes rocket for the back. And you can build it a little bit differently. So there you have it. I must have missed these little guys. These little pieces that have the hourglass on it. I don't remember seeing where the piece went. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see if I just missed some spot. Anyway, thanks for building with me today. This has been a fun live stream. And it looks like these stickers are just random ones you can put on anywhere. So maybe I'll find some cool places to put those later. I like the dinosaur, I like the mixtape, I like the Z-Blob one for sure. And so maybe I'll put those on my bus, my turtle van. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep building.